Hey everyone, it's Crash again. So this video isn't so much about me fighting a match. I will have a match that I play a little later on, but this one's about my roster. We're just kind of scrolling through here, showing you some of my available options. I still have a long way to go to max out heroes and have fully developed teams and all that, but for now, what I'm doing is I'm basically building up a good base of heroes, and I'm getting a lot of heroes in certain collars, a little bit in each collar that have the certain abilities I like. This here is my raid defense. This is my primary team. Eventually, I'm going to upgrade it. Uh, One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm bringing Kunshin up. Kunshin's going to be a great healer, a great tank for this team. And down the road, this team will be fully leveled, fully developed. I'll probably change Bold Tusk out at some point in time. I don't know. Bold Tusk is a really awesome 4-star healer. Works great on a team like this with this setup. He's got the attack boost. Kunshin has the shield drop. Isarnia has a shield drop. Yeah, I might have to consider changing out Isarnia at some point in time, but I don't really have any good 5-star options that hit like she does. So, moving on into my roster, you can see I've started doing some work with my teams where I've got some 3-2 setups. Real quick, we'll bounce over and talk about my Titan team. That is my Titan team. Right now, we have a yellow Titan, 9-star. It's quite the monster for us right now. I built up Demisha to where she is positioned to provide the holy protection for Kunshin and Cage. Wukong has a natural resistance to yellow. Sartan is my strongest and best hero to be off by herself, so she's off to the side there. So that's why that setup's there. Anytime you set up a Titan team, you should look at your character's abilities and see how they complement each other. Moving back over to my war teams. Typically, right now I have them set up because I've been playing through some raids and such, and I'll have various setups sitting there for use. But this is typically what I do. I'll fill them up like this purple team. I take my best 5 heroes for each color. So like here on this yellow one, we're going to add Leo in. We're going to bring KO in. You see I got Bane. I've got some other choices down there, but they're not really leveled up. They're not really good options. Or not as good options as what I already have available. So go through and like I said, looking at my blue team, you see I've got a couple Agers there. I could plug Ager in, but for my raids, for my war teams, it's a very special situation when I'm going to plug him in. But as you can see, I also have Valen available. He's got a really good attack power. So I plugged him in. On my greens, my core 5, yes, there's a cash wreck, but typically I don't play cash wreck in raids without a specific scenario. Usually there has to be 2 reds I'm faced against. So my base team that I'm going to populate in there is what I typically am going to reach for, if that makes sense. So now that I've got my teams all collared up and everything's pretty well set up for me to choose from, I'm gonna save those changes, and now I swipe through. I have all my colors available. Titan team's in place. Every time I attack the Titan, it goes to that team. I don't change that. My raid team, same thing. So going into raids, I very seldom reroll. I attack everybody that I come across. You can see here we've got a Gravemaker. It's a red. There's 2 purples on the team. So my thoughts are I'm going to go ahead and go blue strong on this. Even though there's 2 purple, I'm pretty confident that I can pull this off because of the attack power on my blue. I have Grim, I have Isarnia. They're both very strong attack. They both break shields. And you notice that I brought in Justice and Onatel on this. The reason I did that, even though they're slow mana builds, Onatel speeds herself up, and she keeps them from using their specials. Very effective in buying time for Justice to fire off hits, and then once he fires off, they're not seeing well enough to hit. The point is we got to get there, and as you can see, the board I started with here, horrible. But this isn't a war match. That's okay. As always, I'm clearing tiles. I'm trying to get those yellows popped out there. This first match doesn't go very well. Obviously, very little blue. My strong color's off. And Gravemaker is a Gravemaker. He's very effective as a tank position when you don't kill him fast. By the time I killed him here, the other heroes had pretty much already specialed up. Sartana, Obakhan. I'm not a real big fan of Obakhan, but he does cause me some issues sometimes with that counterattack. Especially whenever I'm not prepared to take it away from him. So, anyways, right here I killed myself in this match. That's okay. Using 3-2, you're not going to win every match. The best part about raiding with the 3-2 method is that you get 3 shots at it. And all it takes is one good board. As you see here, cascade after cascade. Did a pretty good job of wearing him out. Yes, he fired off. He only hit 2 because the computer's dumb. I would never have played it like that with the computer and how it does it. Anyways, long story short, this setup works using 3 colors. I didn't pay a lot of attention to my troops this time. This was mostly just me setting it up and showing why I chose the heroes I did, how they played together. It helps to have a good board, but keep in mind, once you clear one half the side of the board, you're going to start going for this mana. You're going to make these matches over here to power up your special attacks. But yeah, keep in mind, you know, with raids, if you don't do it the first time, go back at it. A lot of times, pick those raids that have a high trophy win. So, hope you like this. Thanks for watching.